Great rising, beautiful beings. So let's talk about it a second. I was gonna make this a part two to my last video, but sometimes people be thinking like, oh, they got an entity on them. Yeah, they got an entity on them. They got a parasitic entity on them overriding their cognitive thinking. Okay, you could tell when they have a specific parasite that's running the show. And I mean, this motherfucker probably microscopic, and they probably work as minions within the person's body, and they just control the whole body. Okay, this is hypothetically, theoretically, allegedly, right? Now, peep game. Now, you could tell when an obese person got an entity or parasites that they're feeding. You could tell when a drunk person, a drunkard, has an entity attached to them. It's usually parasitic, right? In nature, it leeches onto their energy and who they are. It can't completely control the person in their highest power, so it has to bring them down. The first thing it does is fuck with their core. Their core is their solar plexus. Okay? Once it gets your solar plexus bogged down, then it has room to keep you not vibrating at such a high level, bringing their ecosystem into balance. So let's say you go 3 days eating clean salads, and then all of a sudden you just craving some sweet, craving some sweet, craving some sweet. See, you're eliminating the life of this thing. So when they start shooting them signals off for you to crave certain things like starch, sugar, rice, stuff like that, what happens is you are going to prolong that detox because you went and ate something you weren't supposed to eat. I do it all the time, but I'm trying to hip you to how these parasites work. You could be talking to somebody. Let's say you're at the corner store on the street. Have you ever felt like the person you communicate with, that's not the actual person you're talking to? You never feel like you're talking to an entity? Remember I said Facebook, the image on Facebook is an advertisement where they got this parasitic glowing worm in this girl's eye? Oh, you could travel the world. You could do this. You could do that. So basically what they're letting you know is this new technology, this new parasite is able to be in a melanated body, blend in with other people, mimic other people, do everything. Yeah, the mimic, right? And you'll never realize it's not even on the same vibratory rate as someone that came from source energy. It's a whole different entity utilizing a vessel that ain't even his. Something that has disconnected your pineal gland from your retina and took over. Why would they advertise a worm in a young woman's body? They showing her putting on clothes, traveling, seeing the world. Yeah, the parasite is traveling, seeing the world now. A full little entity. So, I remember one time I was feeding somebody clean food, obese person. There was enough food on this person's plate to fill them up, overfill them up. But the food didn't have no calories in it. It was quinoa, vegetables, salad, a little bit of meat, but it was enough to have this person want to go to sleep. The quinoa pushed all the poop out the person. The salad pushed all the poop out the person. I would say they was going to the bathroom in about 4 hours, right? Because the quinoa has so much fiber in it. Do you know this person went and robbed the whole snack cabinet, all the chips, all the cookies. Before I know it, we was getting in the car, going to Dollar General, get more snacks and cookies. We did it before. We went to 2 restaurants and ate. And because the food was so clean and not heavy, I think I left and went where I was going, and they went about their business where they was going. They called me 12 o'clock at night and said, I'm about to go to Taco Bell. I'm not satisfied. I'm not full. That's that entity. That's that entity. That entity needs something to thrive off of. Yeah. That's just like with alcohol. It's the same thing. Beer, alcohol. That entity needs something to thrive off of. And if you're doing everything you're supposed to do, that entity can't do nothing. You know, you have to starve it. You have to starve it. And this is not your shadow side or your light side. No, this is a full-blown entity. That's why they call them parasites, because they might be in a parallel universe leeching off your essence, your entity, your being, with a tag or autopilot like a physical parasite. It can be microscopic, or it can be big as a tapeworm. Or it could be nanoparticle assimilation. It could be Morgellon style assimilation. Neuromonitoring. So, just be mindful of when you're dealing with people with parasitic energy. Okay? And parasitic energy can bring on disease and discomfort. That's why they remove how to diagnose parasites from the books and change the name to all diseases. Come on now. If you worry about the wrong person, you need to worry about your enemy. That's gonna be my new thing. Your concern is about the wrong person. You need to learn about your enemy. You need to be worried about why you think the way you think, why you do what you do, and why you so docile in nature. You have to worry about why you come for motherfuckers through a screen, but you ain't doing nothing in reality to change a person's life. Your mark on the totem pole is somewhere down there, a piece of sand, a piece of mulch, the underbrush. Right about now, the fucking worm and the roly-poly might be doing more for the planet than your ass. You get what I'm saying? So you have to, just like I said, certain people are able to be jumped when they consume certain drugs or alcohol, right? And you could be somewhere chilling, and then all of a sudden somebody lash out. Okay? I tend to avoid those type of people. Like, I can have 2 or 3 drinks with them, but then I have to avoid them. Okay? You could be around certain people that do drugs, and they're fine at first, but then all of a sudden, y'all could both be sitting, and they be like, where my blunts? Where my cigar? Where my lighter? Where this? Where that? Motherfucker, you sitting over there, I'm sitting over here. What the fuck? You know, little Stuff like that. Those are entities. Okay? That's not the actual person. So you have to realize how far along and how long has this entity been controlling this person's vessel. You got to pay attention to that. You got to pay attention to that. Like, if I trust you, I'm going to be around you. You know, especially if I've drank around you and you don't lash out, I'm going to be around you. But I've been around a few guys in my life and a few females in my life that lash out. 2, 3 drinks in, they saying, you one of them. You an agent. You not my friend. Motherfucker, then what the fuck you at my house for? The fuck you come over here for? And who got you talking like that? Where you get that information from? Damn, they jumped your ass that fast. You can't control your alcohol. You can't control them entities. You know when they say you can't control your alcohol? No, it ain't that. You can't control them motherfucking entities and parasites. They running rapid, huh? We all got them. Some of us are just able to keep them at bay. And some of us ain't. Okay? So just be mindful. When you hold a conversation with somebody, you might not even be talking to that motherfucker. That motherfucker might be long gone, soul might be in bondage, essence might be in bondage, or locked out his own vessel. There's a new entity in town running that motherfucking vessel. Okay? So there we have it. Unearth the magic. The truth will definitely set you free.